Hola, hola, it's your girl Erica from America. Welcome to the Confidence Chronicles podcast. This podcast is all about helping you stand in who you are. Stop giving a fuck what people think about you. Start standing as your fully expressed self. As you are, as is, there is no filter needed. You are fucking awesome, and I am here to remind you. I'm a confidence coach, and I'm a bold stand for confidence, and I cannot wait to dig into today's episode with you. Hello, welcome to the podcast. Welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. You are in for a treat, my love. This is a big one. I've been wanting to talk about this for some time, and I have been fueled by incredible women that I've been serving all week. And I've had a really great coffee, if I'm honest. And I want to talk to you about this topic because I know that if you listen to me, if you action and do this, you will feel better. You will get yourself out of whatever rut or hole you might feel you're in. You will get some traction. You will change your life. You will do some different shit and get what you want. And this is really the key to it. I feel like women, or anybody identifying as a woman who I serve, are not getting the results they want because we're not willing to do the hard yards, the boring bullshit that I keep telling you to do in this podcast, that I keep telling my sisterhood clients to do. It's boring. It sucks. It's too easy. Yeah, Byron Katie. Yeah, question my thoughts. Yeah, manage my mind. Okay. There has to be something else, Erica. There has to be like some secret sauce shit, some really difficult stuff, a really crazy process that you're not sharing with us. Nope, it's not. It's that. It's the simplistic thing about knowing your mind. When I say knowing your mind, I mean understanding the thoughts that run through your head that you see on a daily basis, the patterns that you have become, the shit you think about yourself when no one's paying attention and no one's listening and it's just you, the shit that you say to yourself when you look in the mirror, the words, the statements, the thoughts, the crappy paragraphs that you give yourself every day about how shit of a mother you are, about how you're not good enough, about how you're not pretty enough, skinny enough, smart enough, tall enough, whatever the fuck enough. That's what I'm talking about. The problem, my love, is, and I've said this before in the podcast, is that we are not willing to go into the depth of ourselves to find out who the fuck it is we really are. And when I say who the fuck it is we really are, I mean our dark shit, our shadow self, our ego, the biatch that lives in all of us, who's really mean, who talks shit about us, who's not kind to us. The public enemy numero uno is you. And I keep saying it because you are your worst enemy, or you could be your best friend. You could do the most damage to yourself. You don't need a frenemy to do that shit. You can. Who can hurt you the most? You. Who can save you? You. How do you do this? You have got to go into the deep dungeon of yourself, the shitty, bitchy you that you've buried in there and you act like she don't live there, but she does. She is fermenting inside of you, calling the shots, gripping onto the fear, saying no, not embodying confidence, not embodying boundaries and standing up for herself, playing it small, keeping it safe, uncomfortable, miserable in the dungeon that you shoved her in. We're very fucking poetic today. Do you know what I'm saying? So here's what I want you to understand. If you're not willing to face that part of yourself and hear her and listen and find out what is it that she's trying to tell me? What is it that she's so scared of? Why is it that she thinks like this? Why is that her primary question? What if I'm not good enough? What if no one likes me? What if they say no? What if it all goes to shit? Blah, blah, blah. All the bad shit that we ask ourselves. The number one questions, the primary shit that we go to. The worst case scenario. Why is it that part of me is wired that way? If you don't start asking why, you will never go to investigate and excavate and find out all the shit that's in there. That's bullshit, by the way. Bullshit stories that you learned. You learned them, you borrowed them, you got given them when you came into this planet. Babies, my 2.5-year-old does not think he's a piece of shit. My 2.5-year-old does not think he's limited. He does not doubt himself. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's a boy, by the way. My son wears more cheetah print than I do, right? Like, it has nothing to do with the boy and the girl situation. I'm talking human being. I'm talking baby child coming into the world clean, clear as fuck. I know who I am. I'm unlimited. So where the hell is it that we learn that we're a piece of shit and that we're not good enough and that no one will like us and that what if it all goes to shit and that what if we fail and all the negative stuff that we think about ourselves? You learned it from your upbringing. You learned it from your culture. You learned it from your background. You learned it from your parents or your grandma or the foster home or whoever raised you. You learned it from all of the shit that you went through, the breakup, the divorce that you experienced, your friends bullying you, the acne that you had, the fact that your religion tells you this, that, and the other, the fact that you live in this country and that country thinks this. You have been conditioned to the extreme, shoved into your head thoughts, beliefs, stories, feelings, preconditioned biases, all this shit, right? And if you do not, as a grown-ass woman, open your mind up and start having a look at that shit and questioning everything, even what I say, even what your friend says, even what your best friend or your coach is, questioning everything, especially what the government says, especially what society taught you, especially your fears. If you don't question them, I'm sorry, how are you meant to go to the next level of yourself? I'm sorry, how are you supposed to know yourself? I'm sorry, how are you supposed to ever think that you are good enough? How will you ever get there? If we're putting this I'm not good enough as a pedestal that we're all trying to reach and we'll never get there because we're not fucking willing to look at the dark demon that is ourselves, that is being a bitch to ourselves and talking shit to ourselves, we're not willing to look at that. We're not willing to do the work. And y'all say, I gotta do the work. What does that fucking mean? You know what it means to me? It means getting a piece of paper and locking a certain amount of time per day for you, not for your kids, not for your employees, not for your leadership team, not for anybody else, not for your man, not for your woman, for you, not for your cats and fucking dogs. A time for you where you sit down with a pen to paper and you go, how do I feel right now? I feel like shit. What do I need? I need a nap. I'm fucking tired. You know, today I felt like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And let your mind loose on a piece of paper. Let that shit loose on a piece of paper. Most of us don't do it. It's boring. It's shit. Oh, yeah. Too easy. I want it to be really complicated and complex because I'm a complex and complicated kind of person. No, it's bullshit. It's simple. You take a piece of paper or a fucking crayon or a lip liner. I don't give a fuck what you got. I don't care what you got. Charcoal, pen, paper, whatever. Pencil, art colors. Get a piece of paper or a toilet piece of paper or a fucking tissue or a Kmart receipt and start writing down how you feel and all the bullshit thoughts that you're thinking in the moment. Why would you do that? Because you need to know your mind. You think your mind is just your mind. No big deal. I can run the world. I can do what I do. Who cares about what I think? You care about what you think. What you think is stopping you. What you think about yourself is creating the fucking life that you're living. And if any part of your life you're not fulfilled with, what you need to understand is that there is a thought, there's a story, there's a block, there's some bullshit there that you have been telling yourself or that you have allowed other people to tell you and believe it. And the only way you allow other people to tell you that, by the way, is because part of you already believes it too. So basically it's you against you. Basically, if you're not identifying what you're thinking, the thoughts that you think, those stories that you believe about yourself are going to cause you to feel a way. You're going to get feelings, and the feelings of frustration and the feelings of shit and self-pity and I'm not good enough and who am I and oh, me, I, I'm so shit, I'm so bad. The self-pity will cause you to do nothing. The self-pity will let you live in fear, which means you take no action towards the thing you want, which means you don't put yourself out there, which means you don't stand in your power and your confidence, which means you don't stand up for yourself, you don't speak up, you don't stand up, you don't make it happen for yourself. Which creates the result of nothing, which creates the result of the same life you're living. The result of you attracting a shitty ass partner into your life, or a job that's not paying you what you know you deserve, or a business that you know can change the world, or a deep connection with your child that you desire, that you can create, but you don't. Or friendships that let you, I could keep going. Hello, how long do I have? How long is this podcast going to be? You know what I'm saying? So what I want you to understand is that you don't have to be scared of that part of yourself. Oh, please believe you me. It's there. She comes out. She's got shit to say. She's the one that stops you. And you don't have to be angry at her either. Because guess what? She's angry at you. That's probably child you. That's probably 5-year-old you, 7-year-old you, 8-year-old you, 20-year-old you, 25-year-old you, all stacked up. Your timeline stacked up. All those parts of you staring at you going, when the fuck are you going to deal with us? When the fuck are you going to see us and validate us and hear us? Are you going to listen to us? Not yet? Cool. We're going to keep hitting you up with this. We're going to keep knocking at you. We're going to keep stopping what's happening. We're going to keep reminding you of how small you are because you won't even look at us. You won't even deal with us. You're too scared because of what? Listen to me. I have worked with thousands and thousands of women in the whole world, around the whole world. Around the whole world, I've worked with women. And I am telling you, and I have my own fucked up experience. I am telling you, the only way out is through. You must be willing to get cool and uncomfortable with that part of you that thinks you're shit. That part of you that is doubting herself, which is you. That part of you that is playing small. That part of you that is in fear. That part of you that is scared, making up stories. You have to look at it. Or not. And continue to go, everything's great, everything's fine, I'm good, everything's good, I got this, I'm cool. And then something happens and there she comes. She's the one that stops you. Those thoughts are the ones that stop you in the thick of something, when you're about to reach for what you want, when you're about to get what you want, when you're almost there. That's the sabotage. There she comes. There it is. So trust me, if you keep trying to be cute and act like you don't have to deal with this, it will come out and deal with you. It does come out. That's what's stopping you now. But you think you don't have to deal with it. Oh no, it's coming out. So I'm like, why not face it head on? Why not go down up in there, pull that shit out, get it on paper, stare at it, cry. Cry some more. Look at it. Cry again. Shit, if you have to have a glass of wine, like I say, do whatever you got to do. Have a bath. Have a cry. But please, my love, don't act like you don't get to look at that or you don't have to look at that. You have got to look at that if you're going to break through to the next level of yourself. If you're actually going to conquer that bullshit beliefs about yourself, you have to be willing to know, A, that they exist, and B, that you need to look at them. So that C, you can start changing them and shifting them and putting them to rest. As Byron Katie says, inquiring and finding out how true they are. They're not true. Those thoughts aren't true. But guess what happens? Because you let them live on, you let them actually move into your life, you let them take action in your world, you become those thoughts in action. That's who you think you are. You identify as them, and then you get a real result in your life. So you think it's reality, but that shit's not reality. It's bullshit. It's the bullshit that stops us every fucking day from going for the things that we know we want, and the things that we know is our fucking birthright, and the things that we know we can create. Just as we are. There is nothing else you need to be. You are enough right now. You are worthy right now. The only fucking person telling you that you're not is you. And if you got another person in your life telling you that, you also attracted that fucking person. How? Because you believe it and you accepted that bullshit from them. No more. When are you going to say no more? Is this podcast going to be another podcast you listened to that motivated you and made you feel great? Yeah. And then you started writing your head on paper for 2 days, 3 days. Then shit got busy. Then your kids needed this. Then you needed to do this thing. Then you needed to go to work. Oh, yeah. It's something I needed to do and I forgot about it. Oh, I feel like shit again. Oh, my life sucks. Oh, what do I need to do again? Oh, I'll listen to a podcast that pumped me up. I don't want to fucking pump you up, by the way. You can use this podcast to pump you up, or you can use this podcast, this free fucking content, to change your life and actually go, you know what? I've been hiding. I have not been doing the work. I have not been digging into my head and questioning what I think about myself. I have not been doing the hard yards, crying the tears, unraveling my fucking stories on paper. I have not been doing that. I've been listening to podcasts. That's what I've been doing. Thinking that if I listen, that shit's gonna happen for me. It does not. You know what happens for you? When you do the uncomfortable shit, things change. When you change things, things change. Isn't that crazy? Please consider this an invitation, a loving bitch slap, whatever you want to call it, from me to you, for you to actually get some freedom in your mind, for you to actually stop being an asshole to yourself, for you to actually stop stopping yourself from getting what you know you want, from getting what you know you can have, if you're willing to do the fucking work. And the work is investigate your thoughts. Stop believing the bullshit you're telling yourself. And stop hanging out with motherfuckers that are telling you that bullshit too. Because you attracted them, clearly. So step one, go listen to the podcast, How to Manage Your Mind, How to Feel Better. All of those podcasts I've done. It'll give you the process. I'm not going to waste your time on the process. Those podcasts have the process. But what you have got to start doing it. Because if you don't know your mind, you don't know your patterns. Meaning you don't know what's going to stop you when it stops you. What if you knew? What if you were expecting it? And when it came, you hit it head on. And you didn't let it win. And you did the opposite that you usually do. And then you doing the opposite that you usually do made you get a different result. Maybe the result that you want to have. Made you be different. Made you literally change your brain. Your neural pathways start to get stronger in the opposite behavior. In the behavior of confidence. In the behavior of, fuck that, I am good enough. In the behavior of knowing who you are and using the voice and expression that you got given. And then you become that woman. And then she starts taking different actions because she believes in herself. And who are you when you believe in yourself? How do you mother when you believe in yourself? How do you parent? How do you rock up to work? How are you in your business with your clients when you believe in yourself? How do you play with your kids when you believe in yourself? How do you look in the mirror when you believe in you? When you know who the fuck you are? What kind of goals do you go for? What kind of audacious dreams do you have? What kind of business do you create? Are you getting the point here? You have got to look at it so that you can unravel it and call bullshit on those thoughts that have been holding you in fucking chains for your whole life. And you got the key. And you're like, what do I do? I'm like, unlock it. Yeah, but it's painful. It sucks. This is hard. It's really hard. Yeah, it is really hard. None of the shit you want is comfortable, honey. None of the shit I live on a daily basis is comfortable. It's all uncomfortable. It's all hard work, and it's fucking worth it. And it allows me to create the life I desire to experience. And it allows me to be in charge. It allows me to call the shots and create it. And then I also get to benefit from what I've created. And it also puts me in the responsible fucking driver's seat of my life. And if I get something I don't want, I get to change course. I get to reprogram my fucking GPS and go the other way. Or fucking off-road. I get to go off-road and not listen to the GPS. You basically get control of your world, or you get to manage the life that you want to have. If you don't know your mind, you can't do that. If you don't know that those 80,000 thoughts a day that you think, and 85% of them are recycled from the day before, if you don't know the top 3 to 5 that fuck with you, how are you meant to change them? If you don't know the patterns, the beliefs, the pain, the trauma, the shit that's connected, the inner child stuff that's connected to that, all of the work that I do, if you don't know how to do that, how the hell are you going to go for what you want? No wonder you're stopping yourself. No wonder that you feel like you lack purpose. No wonder you don't know who you are. No wonder your confidence is shot. Yeah, of course. You're not willing to go there. That is the magic. That is the key to everything for you. Not getting a fucking degree, not pleasing your mom and dad, not losing 40 kilos, not making $1 million. That shit does not matter. Trust me. Don't work on your mind and make all that money, lose all that weight, find the love of your life, please your dad, and see how you feel. You will still have the thought process that you're still not good enough, and you're still not enough, and you didn't do enough, and it wasn't good enough, and it wasn't a big enough house, it wasn't enough money, you're still shit. All that will happen, by the way. You have got to get through the mind. You cannot go out the other side if you don't move through that. That is the way through. And it is messy as fuck. And get ready, it's uncomfortable. And you're going to cry probably more than you've ever cried. But it's so liberating. That is the true freedom that you get to have and experience. That's when you genuinely don't give a fuck what anyone thinks about you. Because you know who you are. Because you know who you're not. You know who you're not. You know who you came here to be. That's what I desire for you. And it doesn't matter how much I want it for you. And I'm going to use the example of someone like J-Lo, who looks amazing. And people are like, man, if I had J-Lo's body, I would blah, blah, blah. No, you wouldn't. If you had J-Lo's body right now and you ate the way you eat and you work out the way you don't work out, you would be a heifer J-Lo. You would not be fit, sexy, young-looking J-Lo. Sexy, young-looking J-Lo has to do the fucking work. And all of you out there that are like, yeah, but she's got a personal trainer and she's got a blah, blah, blah. Yes, she does. But does that personal trainer do the fucking workout for her? Does he sweat for her? No. She has to sweat for herself. She has to do the fucking crunches. She has to move her foot left and right, jump up and down. She needs to do that. And then at the end of the day, when she goes, I did that, she did do that. That's why she has the result of fucking being J-Lo, looking like she's 20 years old. That is an example. I can't do it for you. Tony Robbins, you could have Tony Robbins as your coach. You could pay him $1 million. You have to do it. Can he guide you? Can I guide you? Can people guide you? Yes. But who's got to do it at the end of the day? You. And how good is that when you do it and you go, I fucking did that. And to those of you out there that are doing it, I give it up to you because I haven't done shit. Thank you for messaging me, telling me I've changed your life, but it's not me. You've changed your life. I did a podcast in my car and you fucking did the work. And you know what I'm talking about because it's work. You will not get freedom in your world if you don't have freedom in your mind. You need to free your mind and the rest will follow. Listen to me. You have got to free your mind. You have got to start letting go of the bullshit that you're not good enough. Good enough for what? Good enough compared to who? Who the fuck told you that? Where's the proof in that? Ask more questions, investigate it, do the work on it. Be willing to do the hard, scary work. Because once you listen to her and what she's trying to say to you and you understand her fears, you can start inquiring and bullshit and unraveling it. And then you go, that's bullshit. I don't believe that about myself. That's bullshit. That's not true. And I've been letting that shit run my life for 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. And also, if you just started doing the work, and by just started, I mean under a year, it takes time. For 20, 30 years, you've been this way. And now you want it to work in 3 months? I'm sorry. It takes time. Nothing that you want is easy, but it's fucking worth it. And I hope that you actually do the work on this. Because if you do, the freedom, the life, the results, everything that you want, you can fucking create. You are unlimited. You are worthy. You are valuable. There's nothing you need to fucking do. It's already done. You just have to fucking believe it. That's it. I love you.
My darling, we are in wild times right now. And in order for you to manage your mind and boost your immunity and be level-headed instead of panic, I want to invite you to consider online training, to consider joining a community, a sistership where you are going to be held, where you're going to be supported, where you have a safe space to unravel, and with all this time at home, you can actually better your life and work on yourself. Good news as well, I have now done a 12-month payment plan for the online sisterhood. So many women right now are experiencing trouble with their finances, losing their jobs, being single mothers, not knowing when their next money or paycheck is going to come from. And we are navigating that with our current sisterhood members. We are working with every woman that we can in order to support them in these tough times. And I hear you out there saying, I'd love to join the sisterhood, but I can't afford it. I can't afford 6 payments. So what I've done is made it a year-long program. It's a year-long program with a year-long payment plan. I really, really want you to consider if this is the time for you to join the sisterhood and work on yourself. It is available to you now. Let's do the damn thing. Thank you so much for listening. I so appreciate your ears, your time, your energy, and your attention. Please do me a favor and head over to Apple iTunes, subscribe so that you don't miss an episode, share this episode with a sister who you know needs to hear it, and if you feel called to, leave me a review. I'd love to know what you think about the podcast. I'd love to know how this information is helping you change your world. Thank you so much for being here. I know that there are many podcasts you could listen to, and I really appreciate you listening to mine. Have a gorgeous week, honey.